Hey, what's going on YouTube? Find some green here, and today I'm going to go over the feature premiere presentation they had regarding franchise updates that were made. I don't know about you guys, but on the whole, I was not overly impressed. Now, the best way I could describe it is a whole bunch of flash with a little bit of sizzle, if that. Listen, the the fact that they updated the logic and they gave players a bit more of a brain, and there's more trade logic, and the computer's going to assign people, and it'll be a bit more competitive, and you know they they made it a bit more interesting in the sense that if you offer too early, if you offer too late, if you insult the player, and so on and so forth, that's all fine and well, right? And it's something, okay, but it wasn't enough. In my opinion, it's not enough. I haven't played franchise in years at this point because I was bored before, and I don't think that the changes they've made are enough to bring me back. Um, where to start? Let's start with contracts. They literally state during Roflo's quick little YouTube video from Tuesday that if you sign a player to a bad contract, it could hamstring you in the future. Well, let's look at what you didn't allow us to do with contracts. You can't front load a contract. You can't back load a contract. They took away player options in the contract. They took away club options in the contract. So those are four major parts of a contract that players, or not players, players meaning us, but what teams use in order to balance their budget or whatever their budget is for that season. It seems stupid to me that they're going to tell us that they've improved all this stuff for franchise, but they're taking away fundamental pieces that would be used in order to build your squad properly. The other thing that I find obnoxious is they've revamped it, but you can only try to go after 3 players at once, and they have the audacity to call it a big board. Now, listen, I don't know how many of you play college football. I don't know how many of you play Madden, and I hate always having to use EA's the reference to try to set the standard, because God knows EA sucks ass. What I will say is, for college football right now, you can have 35 players on your big board and actively target all 35 of them while you're recruiting. Each one of them. You can talk to them, you can spend hours with them, you can offer scholarships, you can schedule visits, you can do all of these things. And just for some ungodly reason, they thought that it would be all right to just be able to offer 3. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I don't quite understand it. I think that they're running with a very, very, very small budget. I would imagine most of their budget's probably going towards Diamond Dynasty. That would be my best guess. And when I say that, this is going to follow up with the next point. There's still no online franchise. I don't understand why online franchise is not a thing. I don't understand where it's gone. I don't understand why it's not back. Again, I don't really want to do it, but if you look at college football, there are a ton of people, myself included, that are playing online dynasties. I think in the one group that I'm in, we're in year 10. It might be year 11. It's a shit ton of fun. It's a great way to spend time with your friends, and I think they're missing the mark there. But I think that because of the fact that they're hamstring with their budget, that they probably can't afford to have servers for strictly online franchise, when all their server power goes towards the Diamond Dynasty aspect, and God knows their servers suck over there because it's literally player to player. They don't really do much of anything. So I can't say that I'm completely surprised, but I can say that I am, as usual, disappointed. This is not going to be one of those "woo, they knocked it out of the park" videos. Listen, like I said, there's some flash, there's a little bit of sizzle, but there's a whole bunch of why not, and how did we get here? I didn't bother to make a video off of Road to the Show. Road to the Show looks like it's going to be cool. They added a couple things. It's little. You only get 3 high school. I think it's 3 high school games, or 2 high school games. You get 3 or 4 college games, and then you're right back to playing Road to the Show. the one thing that I noticed in all of that is it seems like they've taken out the element of making stubs or having stuff that's sellable for Road to the Show in terms of what you're going to be earning throughout, because I think the perks are all tied in now, and I noticed during that stream that the rewards that you got were no sell player items. So there's that. I did not see anything about any type of perks or anything that you could use for this one, although admittedly I didn't bother to watch the whole stream. I think after Kyle Tucker signed with the Dodgers while they were trying to hype up the new logic for the computer, that I may have just bothered to turn it off, because yes, the Dodgers signed everybody, but I just, whatever. Yeah, so this is just a quick take. It's not a long video. If you were expecting them to move mountains in order to give you a better franchise experience, I think you're going to be disappointed. I know I'm disappointed, and I probably won't bother to turn it back on. I might do March to October if it's tied to Team Affinity again this year, but even that's monotonous, and it's probably only going to be one time, maybe two. The faster I find a way to work through Team Affinity, the less likely it is that I'm going to wind up playing March to October. So there's that. I don't really know what else to say, because I don't feel like today was a lot of substance. They basically told you that they took an entire year, and I don't want to say they did nothing. It's really about presentation, but it feels kind of like lipstick on a pig. So there's that. If you made it this far, I'd appreciate a like. Please consider clicking subscribe and hitting the noti bell. Yeah, like I said, I'm just kind of disappointed. Yeah, just disappointed. It's going to be Diamond Dynasty this year again, and it'll be Diamond Dynasty or bust. And if they screw up Diamond Dynasty this year like they have the last couple of years, then they're going to find themselves on the outside looking in, because, well, college football's back again in July, so they better get the shit straight. Anyway, as always, I appreciate the time, and until next time, have a good one.